Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Prophet Talks. I am Edgar Mendez, and I am the Prophet, and I'm here with Johanna, and I'm very excited. This comes as Johanna comes to me from a recommendation from Saloni.
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting her name wrong too, but yes, I'm so happy to be here with you. Would you like to introduce yourself, Johanna, to everyone that's listening?
Yes, I am a priestess from Sweden and I create crystal healing jewelry. And I've been working with this for quite some time now. And it's my sole purpose why I'm here.
Yeah. When we were doing the access, I felt the love that you have for the work that you do. And I felt it right when that energy was moving right into your heart space. And I want you to know that, that it's important that that work that you're doing and for people to have these things. And I don't personally have any jewelry myself that I use, but I do use crystals and stuff like that. And I just for anyone that is looking for extra healing or extra support, earth or crystals or even jewelry that we have can really help us on our journeys. And I want to know, how did you get started on this?
So when I was it's called gymnasium. It's like the 10th to 12th, no, to the 13th grade. There was a small shop that opened just by my school, and it was full of crystals. So I was there every recess that I could. And I think I was 18 or 19 when I took my first crystal healing course. And that was a year-long course, and it really transformed my life. And I think I might have been a bit young, but it's because it took a couple of years to just land into what I've been doing. I was just full of everything. And then I lived in Malmö, south of Sweden, and a friend, I can't remember who this friend is, which is a bit sad because I would like to thank her or him. I was having my pockets full of crystals, and this friend said that maybe you should take a course in in silversmithing and put your crystals in like jewelry. And I did. And that's life happens, and that's what I do for a living right now. I create crystal healing necklaces and
Oh,
jewelry.
that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. They keep showing me the sacred geometry, the pentagram. They were showing me as one that, will be helpful, but they want you to know that it is powerful.
Mm.
That it is powerful. There is something that came through I got for you, and it has to do with the sea. I don't know. It's like I see the sea really being an important part of the work that you do for some reason. I don't know why, but I saw the imagery of the sea, you buy it, and really channeling that energy into your, I don't know, whatever, however you do it. But they gave me that imagery, like a sea priestess or something like that. That's what actually the words I got. But um,
Mm.
I am curious as like what benefit do you see for anyone who's looking to purchase this or looking to get one for themselves? What benefits do you feel people have or feel you have had as a result of the crystals?
To me, it's always been a life changer. I've had different crystals that I've worked with for periods in my life, and we are crystalline beings, and there are more crystalline energy coming on. And I think that the Mother Earth is also changing and into more crystalline energies. So what they do is they work on your energy system. And as you know, like if you have something in your energy system that you don't take care of, it's gonna like be a physical for you. So if you can work it through in the energy system, it can take you a long way. And it could support you with stepping into your power fully. I use Star Ruby is one of my favorite crystals. It's a super feminine energy, works on your second chakra, but I always actually the goddess came to me and she showed me this crystal, and every time I work with them, I just see how she just comes up and stands behind your back to just really hold your back and be there. So I mean, I could go on forever talking about the benefits because yeah, if you have a heartache or if you have a heart that you need to heal, like pink lithium is a crystal that really opens your heart so that you can start anew. Because I mean, if you can live with an open heart, you can have a fuller life and if you're shut down and your energy is shut down, you don't live a full life. And I think that everyone really deserves to live a full life.
I totally agree with that. They said the pink, what was it again? The pink star or no,
Pink lithium or the star ruby.
star ruby, star
Yeah.
ruby. That was really highlighted for me. Anyway, they just say, oh, that's the one you've been waiting to hear. But um, I can tell everyone that, that's listening, when we heal ourselves, it's just so much better. And I know a lot of times we get very used to living low vibrational energies and low vibrational life, and it's hard to fathom, to comprehend, and understand that there is better. And when you're used to nothing but low vibrations, it's really difficult to understand what we talk about when we say you want to heal, you want to have a higher vibration. But crystals are a really good way. It's one of my first things I ever did in this world. I remember the first crystal I got was concoctionite, and
Mm.
it's really good to remove programmed thinking of your mind, right? And that was one of the first steps to how I started to expand my spiritual gifts that I eventually I have mastered. But it was one of the first things, and I tell all of you this because it's so important. Crystals are a good gateway to feeling better and to really understanding. And they're pretty affordable as well. And I just want everyone to know that. And the one thing that they did ask me to ask you was, do you recommend crystals for specific people? Do you intuitively do it for them? Because I know some people, they don't know, right? It's like they're just looking at it and they're getting overwhelmed and they have no idea what to pick. Do you do that for people?
Yeah, definitely. I actually have this because I want to deepen my work. I don't just want to sell jewelry. I want to take people on a journey to activate crystals also and how to communicate with them. So what I'm doing now is that there are 10 women that I can support and choosing. I channel what kind of crystal. So I ask my guides to ask their guides to which crystal can support them the best. And I'm doing the 1 year journey right now. And it's a really good way for the new year. You have a crystal necklace that you're going to work with, and you know that your guides have supported you with picking crystals. And then through the whole year, you can activate and go back to what you want to work on. And I communicate with crystals, and I think it's really important because when I started out, of course, I read books about different things, but I always ask them now. And I think that is what people should do. And that's also what I teach when I have my crystal healing courses, because if you can talk to them, every crystal it's its own person, as we are different people. So I really believe that if you can ask for support, and I think that a lot of people, you buy crystals and you have them and they're kind of asleep. But if you talk to them, like I have this piece here. So if I want support with something specific, I ask it, can you please support me with this? Then it's a communication between you and the crystal, and you will see a lot of, if they know, it's like, where do you want to go? Where do you want to direct your energy? So if you can tell the crystals, I want to go that way, they will be, yes, let's go.
Oh, that's
So
so beautiful.
yeah.
Um, I I I do know, after I've like had a lot of my mind deprogrammed so I can have a different mind. So I'm transforming right now. That was one of the first things, or one of the things that they really did talk about, was that everything is alive, everything's living intelligence, and everything has it's, sorry, I don't know how to phrase this to everyone that's listening to you, but they like, it's like everything has its own mind. Like you can like literally, like it's, I know that we look at it through the lens that the time space reality that we live in, but if we were to look at it through a different lens, we would see it has a voice, and that it wants to help, and it will give its all as well, and until there's nothing left, if it needed to. And I just want everyone to know that there's so much support for every single thing that we do, if only we were open to receiving it. And talking is a really good way to open yourself up to receiving support, because it allows your mind to believe that it is getting it, right? And your mind is the catalyst, either opens or closes to whether you receive anything in this life. And open yourself to talking, communicating with not just like crystals, but nature, and the beings of light can help you receive so much more in this life. And one of my main things that I will be doing, because they're making it more clear as I step into the role of prophet, is to teach all of you how to do that. And I'm so happy that you are on that path already to teaching people how to communicate. This is a course that you offer, crystal course, that you offer people.
Yeah, I do. So the
Uh,
next one will be this spring.
yes, yes. I will link all the information in the description section. I will have more of a hopefully, I'm not sure on the time frame, but I should have more of a worldwide platform in the future next year. But more people will be interested in that. And I just want you to know that the work that you're doing is so important. How people, sorry, Metatron is stating how people come at I guess receiving support and even esoteric and spirituality, it's a little different, right? Not everyone's going to go in the same way. For those of you that are attracted to crystals as your way to do this, you should seek out Johanna and other people and do it yourself. And I know that we sometimes look at people who are leading and think we have to do it their way. That is not the case. You do it the way that you feel most guided to do it. I have not been guided to do it the way Johanna's doing it, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's everyone has their own energy that is attuned and that can work well with specific things. My energy is its own. So whatever you are attracted to, do it that way. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's not like longer or worse or better or anything like that. It's just different. And we're not meant to all be the same and come at everything the same because we'd have the same solutions. We need to come at it differently. So for those of you that are looking to expand and you feel really drawn to crystals, this is a good way. Joanna's a good person to get to know here. And I just want everyone to know that. That's what Metatron wants me to say for those that are listening. It's not one-dimensional. It's not the same. It doesn't look the same for everyone. It looks different. And how we get to where we're going always looks different. I am curious as to this is a question I received as a question that someone asked me. How do you do your prices? Because I know it's an odd thing, but because a lot of people want to do businesses, that's normal for sovereign people. How do you pick prices for yourself?
That was really hard at the beginning. Money is the energy. And when I started, I just wanted to get my money back so that I can create more. But I wasn't loving myself very much, and it has so much to do with self-worth. And then when I moved on, I actually got a price in my head. So much easier. So I just, this is the price. And now I'm trying to more like, how many hours do I put in and what do I need to put out? But I still am very, very guided to how much is it? So I'm really grateful for that, because that's a really hard one, but it's always connected to receiving, if you can receive or not. I mean, if I should take like, how much can I earn in a year? There's always a limit where you feel like I can't go because I'm not worth anymore. And when you get to that one, you can climb to the next one. So always it has to do, you have to work on your self-worth. And yeah, we're never taught that when we're children. I mean, my mom and dad never told me that I'm worthy, or I wish I wish that you would teach that in school, because I think it's so important, but it's a really tough job that you have to move through. And if you have your own company, that's really something that you need, because you can't give away your time. Time is super valuable. So yeah, it's progress.
Yeah, I totally understand. When I first started charging way little for what I was doing, I don't know if I did the opposite way of you, but so what I did, I was not charging enough, and it was really clear. And then the beans lie are always like, so I started pulling from them, but they always say too little makes people think it's cheap, and then too much makes it out of reach for a lot of people. So you need that nice little middle ground to determine what to provide for people. And I just that came through because I wanted to just ask you, because a lot of people wonder about that. What do I charge for what I am selling or what I'm offering people? And it's difficult. It's really, really difficult to do that. It's really difficult to that number. I know that when I charged more, I felt like I had to give more for some reason. It was I just have I had a bad issue in the past of this. It was really bad. I would always go over on time, and I would just drain myself trying to feel like what I'm charging is worthy of what they were paying. And it was so difficult. I've mostly gotten over that, mostly gotten through that, but that's work for me. And I wanted to know how someone else is navigating that. It's tricky business. It is.
Yeah, I think if I would sell things that were like life and death for someone, that would be different. But now I don't, because it's a choice. Do you want it? And it's always detached to, if you want like a piece, I have always put out on Instagram and Facebook what the piece would do. So I post a piece every day, and people are drawn to the message and also the piece. But usually it's connected to, if they say yes to something, that's, if they say yes to a piece of jewelry, they also like embark on a journey, and I think that they're scared of the journey. So sometimes when they feel that, oh, this is expensive, but they know that when they purchase it, it will get them on a journey to somewhere. And I think that why, if people hesitate, they have their own fears that they're meeting. So, and I can just sit and watch it, and I can kind of coach people, but I never try to sell something to someone. It has to be like their own choice. And I'm very comfortable knowing that every piece is coming to the exact right owner. So I'm putting it out there.
Yeah, they just gave me a vision of me with one of your pieces in the future. They just gave it to me when they're saying when I'm walking the earth walk. Anyway, they gave it those so clear. Just a vision. It's meant to help me. There are they've been just constantly, they're trying to like how to phrase this. It's so hard for me to step into this world, real difficult. And they're saying that this will be a good support for me to have that. But one of the things that I have a habit of doing is I have my hands covering my solar plexus. It's like my thing. And it's always it's because a lot of people's negativity goes straight there and it hits me. So they're saying it would be around that area. But anyway, it'll be in the future. But they just gave me that vision. I just want you to know that I guess you'll be hearing from me for this one. But I'm curious as to how you sustain clients and how you keep people coming in, like, because you're one of the few people, actually I think maybe the first, who's had actual business, right? Most people have so far have not had it, or they've had just services for a business. And a lot of people do a lot of people are drawn to their own business. How do you keep customers coming in?
Well, I've tried all kinds of different things, and I think that when I have customers telling me, they're writing back and telling me how their jewelry really changed something, that they could go through a difficult period of their lives, and I get so much feedback. And I think that every piece that I sell, I affect someone's life, and they will tell their friends. So now I mean, I've been doing this for quite some time. So, and if I go places, I see, and people can, I saw your necklace when I was in Stockholm, someone was wearing it. So it's kind of interesting and that's like the biggest, like best way to advertise for me, is like when I sell and people show things. But yeah, it's mostly, I mean, social networking is where I try to like do the commercials and yeah, pay for advertisements, but it's really hard. And right now, Facebook is in Sweden, that's like the biggest thing. So, and the algorithms are changing all the time. And right now there's a lot of other commercials going on. So yeah, but I sit down every morning actually, and I go into ceremony and I ask for help. I ask my guides to support me. So I kind of see like energy shooting out to the ones that are going to purchase from me. And that is, yeah, I think that is like the best advice I can give to someone, is to ask for support. I mean, spirit team is there, they want to support you. You just have to ask. Again, we have to communicate. So yeah.
I will be, because they recommended the money vein guided meditation to just bring in all the customers that you need for your product or service. I will give you Catherine's version. She's the one I gave to Saloni. Saloni is actually a really big piece of my purpose for she's going to help with the children. It's very important for her. And I gave it to her as well, but they recommended I give that to you to help you draw in all the people in the world that need it. And it will help you. I sell out all the time personally, now that I have the meditation from all my services and all that stuff. So know that it is powerful, and they want me to give that to you. And they say that it would be very important for you to just to draw in all the people that need it. And that's the point. Instead of people who just, not like there's anything wrong. Some people just buy stuff because they just have the money, or they just, and I know I've had a lot of customers like that. They're just there, it's just there, and it's just to be there. And it's like, it's lovely when you know they need it, and it's lovely when you are there for them. I know I know that's, I'm sorry everyone, I know that sounds crazy, but it's just I really like it. I love it when I know I'm helping someone who truly needs it, and not just people who can just afford it for whatever reason. And it really does, it fills my heart better. It fills my heart greater to a greater degree. um I am also curious as to how do you have any like any suggestions or any guidance for anyone that's looking to start their own business going forward?
Well, the thing is that you can never copy someone else. You said that before. Everyone is unique. So I don't know. I mean, life kind of happened, and it's like when you trip on a banana peel. I feel like I tripped on a lot of banana peels, and I think it's the spirits telling you. I mean, they're so just be, yeah, listen in to. And I mean, if you go to where you what you enjoy and what your passion is, I mean, I'm fortunate to do what I'm so passionate about every single day. And I mean, I'm living my dream life really, and I couldn't have imagined this like 10 years from like in the past. So yeah, like what's your passion? And if you can like imagine living doing what your passion is. And I think that really you can do that if you find your own unique way. Of course, you can watch other people and see what they're doing, but kind of tweak it to what is you.
Oh yeah, that's I actually love that you said that. It's so important that we follow what makes us passionate. And just so many people always ask me those questions. And I mean, I don't know, it's not really a business. I just offer services. It's just a little bit different. That's why I wanted to ask that question. But um I am curious as to let me see. Wait, let me see. Do you have any questions? Sorry, I don't want to ask more businessy stuff, but then they're bringing that forward anyway. It just like the one question that I think they want me to ask is, when you got started, how did you get over that hill of starting? It's so, I know it's difficult for me to start my YouTube channel and to
Mm.
start even selling stuff, even doing healings. It was so hard. Because you get the message, you like, you should do it. And I know I didn't do it this first day. I know I did it. And I'm just wondering, how did you get through that period when you have the idea, you know, you have the vision, but how did you start to build? How did you push through that block, that restriction?
Well, I was producing things for me at first, and then friends asked, "Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me?" So I was working full time and had this on the side. And eventually I was working 50% and studying 50% and then having my company 75%. And it didn't work. So I had to take that leap of faith that I'm going to do this. This is what I want. And I really believed in myself. I had some money set aside, and if I need to, I can always go back to some other work. So I think that if you can give yourself time to really start, and I have friends, because it's also if you're really scared that you're not going to make it, then you go into this energy of, I mean, it's not flowing because you're scared. So then you'll probably need to have a job to lean on at first. And then there's always this time like, okay, I can't lean anymore because I'm going to fall. And then you have to make the jump. But if you are stressed out and your energy system is stressed out, it's not going to flow for you. So keep something on the side until you are ready to. So you need to start building before you can fly. So that's like, I think that that's a good advice for someone who really wants to start out.
Yeah, I totally did the same thing. I was working, I worked less and less, so I put more energy into this. And then I was not making a lot personally. Like I wasn't making very much, but I knew that like my guide said, quit. They said quit this. I'm like, but I'm making like $250 that like a month basically, and they said, just do it, trust us. I did it, and I made like 10 times more, then it was like 20 times more. And I just want all of you to know, when you get guidance from your guides and your heart is telling you, you gotta do it. And I know how scary it is. Don't think I was sitting here thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna be able to pay my bills so easily. No, I jumped and I leaped at not the worst time, but like a time that logically doesn't seem sane to do. How was I gonna pay my bills with that little bit of money that I was making? But lo and behold, I pushed through it, and it worked out because they knew it would. It was statistically, right? It was going to work out for me if I just leaped at that present moment. So anyone who's thinking about taking a leap, or going half and half, and you feel like you should take that leap, you should take the leap, because you won't regret it. Your heart, your guidance, they want the best for you, the beings of light. They're not going to tell you to do something that is wrong, that is going to end in sabotage, and you're going to crash and you're going to burn. If you believe, trust yourself, trust them, you will make it far. And I just want everyone to know that you have to, if you don't believe in yourself, like, it doesn't matter if anyone else does. And that's the point. And when you take that leap, that is you truly it's like you putting your money where your mouth is with that belief, right? If you take a leap, it's really doing that. And I just want anyone who's thinking about starting their own business, who feels a calling, to start it. I started very small, and then I started to grow, and this is how it always is, I think, for a lot of people, just to do.
And I also think it's important to, because I had a lot of people around me that said, no, it's not going to work.
No, they said that to me too.
It's them out of your life for some time, and then people will support you because they're there. And the people that didn't believe in you is like, okay, we didn't think so, but yeah, congratulations. So
I cannot stress. Everyone said, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, especially my mom. And I was like, I know I need to do it. I'm not gonna stop. And it's people will pump you with fear and keep you from your dreams if they were given a chance. And they believe that they're doing right for you. They believe that they're making the right choices for you, but in reality, that's just what they're doing. And your guidance, right? Your heart is leading you to your happiness, leading you to the abundant life that you deserve if you're willing to follow it over them. Okay. Is there any other like things that you want people to know about you that are thinking about purchasing or working with you, and that are listening?
That's a tricky question. What do I want people to know about me? No, but I think that everyone is feeling that we are living in a special time right now. And for me, when I allowed like the Crystal Kingdom to come into my life, there has been so much support in that. And yeah, we are moving through. I can't really explain what we're moving through, but everyone is kind of, more and more people are coming online and are being awake. And crystals, when they work with energies, they really support you. And yeah, it's easy when I'm where I am now and I can look back, but sometimes I kind of forget that, okay, it was hard. Those things were hard, things that are easy now. But yeah, what I say, like, if you feel drawn to crystals, because you can read in a book and, okay, this blah, blah, blah stone is going to support me. But if you go into a store, and then I usually say that, okay, if you just stand, okay, I want support with something. I want to support with flow in my life, for example. So just like before you go in, you just ask your guides, please, can you support me, and help me to choose what crystals I should choose. And then you center yourself, and then you ask for support, and then you go in, and there will be a crystal there, just like, hey, pick me. And then after you pick that one, you can read or you can do whatever, but that is then you know that it's going to support you really. And I've done it for so many times. You go in and you know that there it is. It's like waving at you. So
that is so beautiful. I just didn't realize, because normally you kind of look up what crystals do this, and then you look up, oh, I should get that one. But instead of actually getting a crystal that speaks to you, and you know that is a match for your energy. Metatron is bringing up that crystals, depending on where they are and the earth and where they were created, have different energies and different frequencies, and we don't have the same frequencies and energies like we have, or it's unique, it's different. So you want one that really matches that. And even if one he's saying that even if a crystal is, it's like, you know how they do stuff really well and they do some stuff like small, even if that frequency is a match for you, the small thing that it can do is probably better than the big thing that another crystal can do. I hope that makes sense. It just, he's saying it's like that. You know, like crystals have like a bunch of lists of what they can do, and they have like just a small they have like they do some stuff really well, and then other stuff is, oh, they're also used for this as well. He's saying that the frequencies could support you, even if it doesn't do it that well, because the frequency matches you. So it's important that you pick that way, the way that you said, to go into a store and pick it from there. And Metatron really likes that. Saint Germain also stepped forward, and he says that you should also ask for a blessing, for being like to bless your crystal as well with some of their energy to help amplify what you are trying to do and what you need it for as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
So. Well, you talked about the ocean before. I grew up by the ocean, and every time I have a chance, I bring my crystals, my necklaces to the ocean to take pictures.
That's what I saw, and I was like, "What am I seeing here? Like, why are you right there by this like wavy ocean?" I'm like, "Okay, I don't know," but I saw that image, and they're saying that you can draw that energy without actually having to go there into your home since you were there already. That's what they were telling me, like, it's how to draw it in. Into your space, into your crystal, into your work. You know, you can just simply draw it in by in your mind's eye, putting yourself there, and then drawing in that energy right into your work. So that's what they told me. I was gonna tell you at the end, but they said that it was the exact thing. Because I saw you at the right there, and it's just like that energy is powerful. I am a wizard of the 4 elements. I'm working on learning to control them, and I used to not feel that connected to water and all that stuff, but ever since I became an apprentice and a novice, I'm now near scholar. Ever since I started, I can feel the energy of the oceans, and it's so powerful. If we can tap into that, and they would like for you to tap into it, you know, and you can tap into anywhere on Earth. Just put yourself right there and do it.
Yeah, the ocean is. Oh, yeah, she's my sister. Always have been. There's always a connection, of course, when you grew up somewhere, but yeah. And I love how water is always connected to feelings. The element of water is connected to feelings. And yeah, like aquamarine is one of those beautiful crystals to work on if you feel. And I mean, water is incredible because it can be ice, everything can be really still, and then it could be mist, and then it could be like stormy water, it can be anything. So if you have emotions that you feel stuck with, aquamarine is an amazing crystal to work with, to go from one state of water to another one. Maybe if you want to release, I mean, sometimes you need the tsunami to really flush anything out that you don't need to carry on anymore.
Oh, I totally agree with that. I'm going through like the transformation right now, and they have been just flushing me of everything, and it is exhausting. I have been like, I'll be exhausted for over the next month, just as they flush everything out, the entire human nervous system and all that stuff. And oh, you know, the faster things can flush out, the better. When you're flushing things out, I like to go fast. I know not everyone likes that. I was actually thinking about that earlier, how some people like to go real slow. You do you, right? I like to go as fast as possible. I like ripping the band-aid off. I've always been that way. But you know that whenever we're doing any kind of work, the beings light will do what we want. And what if you want fast, you get fast. You want slow, you get slow. You want something in between or both, sometimes what have you, right? You'll get it. So always speak up for what it is that you are all wanting, right? Knowing that it will always be done at what you feel, what you ask for is you know, what you ask for. So always ask, okay? There is one thing that they would love for you to know, or sorry, love to know from you. How do you protect yourself from like negative energies and entities that would otherwise kind of plague people? One of the things that I am constantly dealing with people when I heal them is they have a ton of negativity, usually low vibrational entities, just straight up on them. How do you protect yourself from that?
I've always felt protected, like from growing up. And I mean, my first memories I have was like my angels took me to different places around in nature. So I think I've always had a strong protection, but I usually like do a bubble of energy. So I draw in the energies from Mother Earth up to my heart, and then Father Sky to my heart, and then from there just and create a bubble. So it's like a sacred space around me. And you can do, I mean, if you want a bubble, you can have a glass bubble, or you can do different ways, but just a bubble of light is beautiful. So every time I do ceremonial work, I start with creating this bubble, and I ask everyone who's working with me to either we're in the same bubble or they have their own bubble, and it's kind of a bubble of light, light and love. And really see this picture. So it's kind of funny. Yeah,
No,
it's
no, that's so beautiful. I don't do it often, but I usually create a Faraday cage in the heart space and just expand it to my entire home. It's similar. So I just wanted just to cover that, because I know a lot of people struggle with the entities and struggle with keeping themselves protected. Asking is key, but once we are once we have them on us, it's difficult. But you can do crystal clearings, Saint Germain and Archangel Uriel will be the ones. Sorry, I'm telling for everyone who's listening. You can ask Saint Germain, Archangel Uriel to program a crystal. Black obsidian is the best. And then ask them to put programs that clear low vibrational entities from you and your life and your home when you use them. So for anyone who's looking to do that, you would actually do that in that way, just to clear yourself and get them off of you. I I am constantly swarmed, and anyone I'm working with has them, and I have to deal with them. I remember when I first started, it would take days. Now it takes hours to clear everything, but it's still taxing. But when we are protecting ourselves and when we're clearing ourselves, it's easier. It's easier for us. It's easier for the people we work with, and we don't have to live that way. Those things really do oppress you. They often ruin electronics, so you can't get healings. I'm not kidding about this as well. Sorry. They will interfere in your life. My mom had one, and she was going to get an entity clearing, and then it made my nephew sick, and she had to go to the doctor. And I told her it was that, and she didn't believe me, obviously, or she thought she's doing what was right. But they don't want to be cleared, and they will get in the way. So you do have to learn to fight back, is just what I'm saying here, and calling in the beings light to help clear you. For anyone who hasn't, I know I had my old podcast. I did bring this up in an old podcast. Working with 3 ascended masters or 3 archangels to clear yourself is the best possible way. So anyone you feel guided to, 3 ascended masters, 3 archangels, and you ask them to clear you. And it may take a day or two, but they will work at it until it's all gone. So you don't have to live like that. You don't. Do you have to pay? I know not everyone can afford it. I really do get it, right? I know there was times when I was struggling with money. I was like, I need clearing. I don't want money for it. Just ask the archangels. The archangels and the beings like desperately want you to succeed. And if that requires clearing you, they will clear you, and they will always want to help you in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Do you have any last thing that you want to cover before we end this podcast, or anything you want to bring forward for people listening?
No, but when you talked about clearing, I think that if you have a daily practice, it doesn't have to be a very long time. You can like sit for 5 minutes and then really like travel inside. And if you have crystals, of course, you can bring them with you, and you have this communication with them. But I think that if you don't like be if you have a daily practice, if you sit with yourself, you can also feel into what's going on with yourself. And if you feel that there is something in an energy system, if you clear it right away, if you don't, if you take days or months, it's gonna grow. So if you clear every day, it will be less to clean.
Mm-hmm. I love that you said that. I love it so much, because it's true. Like, I am one of those people, though. I hate it. I hate doing it. The upkeep, right? It's upkeep is what I call it, to keep myself at a high vibration. But I know if I don't do it, I don't feel great. And I want to always feel my best. So I actually love that you said that, having a daily practice. I have stuff like that where I keep myself at a high vibration. I heal. It's just a daily thing, and it's tedious. It's uh, I don't see here. I'm like, I want to watch TV or I want to just relax. And I just like, I had to push myself to do it. You do have to do it. I don't think I'm sitting here enjoying it, right? I enjoy the benefit. Yeah. I don't enjoy the process, but it is so important. And it doesn't even take that long to do. I usually use sage and I cleanse with Archangel Michael or any of the other archangels. And I clear everything out from here because I can see them even though they're not attached, like circling me. So I just want them away because their negativity brings you down. So doing something like that would help immensely. But a lot of times people come to me when they've had them on for a long time, and the amount of work I have to do to get them high vibrational, it's a lot. And usually the entities, they keep swarming you because you're open to them at that point and they're not going to stop, and that's what always happens. And I just want all these to know that like you never just get one. It keeps coming. The more places you go, the people you meet, they say hospitals are very one of the worst places you can go to. If you have an open field, like your not defenses aren't up, your protections aren't up, you're going to just be an open target. And normally I've had people with 30 plus entities and all of them jump on me at once and I have to clear them. It's tricky. It takes some time. But just having that daily practice, they love it. They love that you said that. Just having something like that. I see people, they burn in like in the bowl and they just wash that out to cleanse themselves. Even stuff like that. It's so quick too. A quick little thing to do. So thank you for that, Johanna.
Yeah, but I also think that, I mean, a daily practice doesn't have to mean that you sit still and hum or whatever you want to do. I have a flute. I play the flute and it resonates with my heart. So I feel like this calmness in my heart. And then I just talk to my guides and let them know if there is anything I need support with. And it could be like 5 minutes or 20 minutes, but I mean, you could also go out walking in nature. You can do whatever. It doesn't have to be like, because I've tried, I started meditating when I was 15 and I've done so many different practices around it and some are really boring and
Yeah, yeah,
if you
for
don't
real.
it. So I mean you can do whatever. If you drink your tea, you can just, it doesn't matter. I mean, find your way, find something that resonates with you. And yeah, so whatever works for you is going to work for you.
Yeah, I love that. And I will put all of Johanna's information in the description section. And you have like your class information whenever you're gonna be opening for that there as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For anyone who's drawn to that, they said there's two people specifically that are going to be most drawn. So those two people that you know who you are, get this because it's going to lead you. Metatron wants you to bring forward a last message. This is something that's been coming through a little bit like a theme. I know that it takes money to invest in ourselves and money that we may not necessarily have. Right. I've done it. I remember when I got my Merkaba activated, right? It was expensive and I was like, God, I'm kind of, I'm not making that much to purchase the Merkaba activation, but I'm being guided to do it. And it's helped me become who I'm supposed to be. And I know that investing in ourselves isn't like the highest priority for a lot of us because, well, we just don't do it. We're not taught to do that. But what Metatron wants you to know is that a little investment in yourself goes a long way. And even if you're drawn to something, you're not going to be drawn to something for no freaking reason. You're going to be drawn to it because there's something there for you that is important. And the beings of light are not going to be like, oh, go to this, even though you have very little money to go to it, and it's going to give you very little. They're telling you what is going to be for your highest good and what's going to get you to where you want to go faster and the life that you deserve to live faster. And it's important that you look at it in that way. And again, I understand that money, it's been my thing. Most of my life, actually, it's been a hard just to make enough. I'm finally done enough work that it flows. But I tell you this, that when I wasn't making that much, I still follow the guidance. Not right away all the time, but I push through and it has been worth it. And I want you all to know that, you know, I hate to say it like this because I've heard other people say it in like a negative way, but if your guidance is telling you to purchase something, even if you have to use a credit card, I know I don't like saying this, but they want you to know that it's for your highest good. I've done it. I remember those times when I've had to lean into my credit cards because I was like, oh, I can't work. I'm growing too much. And then the next month I was able to make more than enough to pay it off. So I know that it seems crazy to do that, but it's the ebb and flow, right? You know, there's times when I just needed to pause and I needed to lean on the credit cards or you know, my credit limit to get me through. So know that it happens that that way, but the next month or when that ebb and flow, changes, you will make more than enough to pay off and then have a little nest egg. It's what I've been having that cycle over and over again. I was currently in it. Couldn't work for a while because I was going through my transformation. They paused it. I'm now working, and then I'm gonna go through my transformation again. So I know that money is so annoying. I hate that the world runs on it. I really do. But but investing in yourself, even when you may not have that much, is important when you're guided to do it with your heart. You will know. It's not like something you, oh, maybe. No, you're gonna know, and your soul, that it's something that you must get, and that's gonna propel you faster. Okay. All right.
It's easier if you look at money as an energy. It's not, I mean, I used to think that it was the evil of the world, but it's an energy. It's like if I'm holding on to, if I'm holding on to money, it's my energy. So it's a flow, and you can't hold on to anything. It needs to flow. So if I decide to take a step to invest in myself, I give away something, but it means I'm going to receive. And if I don't give away, I'm not going to receive. It's always a flow. And when I realized that, it was so much easier, because if I spend money on me, I also support someone else. So it's a flow anyway. So you can be cautious to who you're purchasing from
Mhm.
and what you're purchasing, but I mean, it's always an energy. So feel into if it's right for you, and then if you have guidance, and you feel the pull to something, then you can just relax and know that it's right. And if you do that a lot and listen to your heart more and more, then it's going to be your life. So you just have to take these first steps.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And I will put her information in the comment or description section. And everyone, please don't forget to like and comment. And I just want to thank you, Johanna, for coming. And I just want to thank you for the work that you're doing. And there's two crystals that are going to be placing in your energy field. I believe they come from the mighty suns. I have Sirius, and I believe it's Arcturus crystals that are placed in your energy field just to charge you and some of the work that you're going to be doing. I want to say over the next week. I'm not sure where they placed them, but people always get gifts whenever they meet me. But they have placed those in your energy field, and they will help. Oh, I see. They would like you to start to use those crystals. Call on them, the mighty suns. It's Arcturus, Sirius, Orion, and Palladian. The energy from their mighty suns. You will take the crystal and draw that energy into your work that you do, so you can supercharge the crystals that you're creating for others and yourself. They would like you to work on it. But I see I keep getting the serious ties for you. It's what I kept getting over and over again for you. And then I believe the other one is going to be Arcturus. All right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. And take care. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.